Oh my goodness, you have got to stop waiting for somebody to give you permission to do the things that you were made to do to begin with. Looking back to when I started Ox and Iron, it actually originated in a season where I was going through a lot of challenges personally as I was working in real estate. A lot of people know that the market has definitely not been kind to agents. If you know a real estate agent, go out and hug them, please, because over the last few years, it has definitely presented a lot of challenges for a lot of people working in that industry. As much as I love the work that I was doing, I knew I needed to find something to supplement my income where I could help my family while giving me the pliability of my scheduling to still be able to try to make the real estate stuff work. Well, I went on Indeed and I came across this job posting for a freelance graphic designer. I had already been running Adobe Creative Cloud since 2013. I had done countless creative projects, doing all sorts of things from web design to print assets, you name it, and thought I could totally do this. So I put together the resume, which by the way, looked freaking banging. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm gonna toot it a little bit right there, like toot toot. It looked amazing. And so I sent it out and then thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I don't actually need their permission. I've already been doing these kind of projects. There's no reason why I can't take these clients on myself and serve whoever it is that might want to work with me direct. So I started thinking about the things and ended up launching Ox and Iron. At the time, I did it as sort of a soft launch because I wasn't really sure what to expect of it. I was still trying to make the real estate thing work because I had put all the time, the money, the years into what I was learning and trying to grow in that industry. But then this crazy thing started happening. Ox and Iron started taking off and it started getting more and more attention. I started getting more organic leads and referrals. People were giving incredible feedback, loving the work that they were getting. And it continued to grow to a point where it demanded that I let go of the real estate license so I could take hold of what I felt like God was putting in my hands. Like I couldn't hold on to that and hold on to this and really realize the full potential that there was there. So it was that step of faith saying, you know what, I'm gonna let that go. I'm not, I'm gonna burn the boats, burn the bridges, not the bridges, but the boats. Anyways, don't burn the bridges, burn the boats. But I was gonna let go of that and focus on Ox and Iron and see where I could take it. And it has just continued to blow me away with where the things have gone. I cannot imagine what I would have forfeited if I was sitting back waiting for somebody to tell me that my work was good enough, waiting for somebody to tell me that I could do it, that I could actually take on clients, that I could do client projects, or if I was only relying on what somebody else would feed to me, what another company would give to me. I understand that branching out and doing the thing as an entrepreneur, solopreneur, small business owner isn't necessarily for anybody. I would say it's not necessarily for most because it is definitely not the picture that a lot of people think that it is when they think of just this, oh, I have all this time freedom and all this whatever. It's a whole package and you have to be ready to go into the trenches as a small business owner, but it's also a blessed package. And I say that again to underscore the point that I don't want you guys to miss out on what it is that you were called and crafted to do because you're waiting for the approvals to come from the people around you. Sometimes people around you with the best of intentions, people who love you, adore you, and think the absolute world of you. Maybe they want to protect you and see you prosper as they think it comes together for that to happen for you. So maybe they're telling you to go out and get a job with XYZ company or to take this kind of position or that position. But you know that stepping into any of those roles doesn't really bring you alive in the way that this other thing does. When you have that gift and you have that calling to serve other people with the gifts that you've been given, and that can look very different. It can be in any number of ways, but when you have that within you, then there's something in you that's never going to be satisfied with settling for all the things that are ultimately a distraction from what you were called and crafted to do. And when you see that and you recognize that, you owe it to the people that you were called to serve, the people that those gifts are intended for. You owe it to them to be bold enough and brave enough to step away from needing the approvals of the people that are around you so that you can take hold of what it is that you are actually gifted to bring into this world. I've heard it said years back that the graves are full of treasure that the world will never get back. And I don't want to see that be the story of your life. I want to see the legend that you leave to be this legacy of somebody who lived this bold, faith-filled, like just action-packed kind of life. And when I say action-packed, so sometimes that, the big things are in the little things, and it might be a more quiet way of living. So not necessarily mean that it all has to be loud, but that your life made a significant impact, whether it was with a few or with masses. I know that there are giftings in you to do that. I know there are people out there that are desperately praying. There might be somebody right now crying in their bed, just wishing there was a solution to a problem, and you're sitting there with that solution in your hand and maybe scared to actually take it out of your hand and put it into theirs because of what other people around you might think. And if that's the case, then that's a big problem, because those people that are around you, as near and dear as they may be, they are going to one day perish like the rest of us. And what is going to be left or said of the life that you lived? Is it something that you're going to be proud to have lived? Is it something that you would want others to remember you for? When I look at small businesses and entrepreneurs, I don't just look at them in terms of commerce. And I think that's maybe what gives me so much of a drive and a passion for what I've gotten to do with my own company, is that I love being able to look at the person that's across the table from me and see gifts, talents, skills, and abilities. I love looking at the person across the table from me and hearing their heart for the work that they do, whether it's working in things that are to make the world, cleaner and greener. If it's solar energy, if it's working with widows and orphans, if it's putting roofs on people's houses, to see their passion, the way that they light up in light of the work that they do, even if it's just taking that great pride in the work that they do, and even the kind of culture that they can bring in the workplace for the people that they're providing jobs for, creating jobs for. All of that stuff is amazing, and none of those things would be realized, and all of that amazing would go to waste. It wouldn't be, so much that we wouldn't get to realize in the world that we live in if it wasn't for the people that were bold enough to step away from all of the talk, the chatter, the people that would maybe not give you the approvals because they wouldn't even give themselves the approvals to run full force into what it is that they've been called and crafted to do. So there is my word for you today, for you to be bold and stop looking for permission to walk in your giftings. Stop looking for somebody to tell you that it's okay to do what it is that you were crafted to do. I know that as you step full force into running with those gifts, that you're going to leave a legacy and an impact beyond anything you could have ever imagined, and anything that you'd ever surely realize in the lifetime that you're here. But one of these days you're going to get to look back and you'll see that it was huge and it was all incredibly worth it. So step out, be bold, stop listening to the naysayers and all the people that even with the best intentions would tell you to not go for it. And I'm saying step out and go for it today. Stop looking for permission. You've already got it. The gifts are already in you. It's time for you and the rest of the world to realize them. I hope you guys have appreciated this message, and if you have, that you make sure that you like, share, follow, subscribe, all that sweet social stuff. Make sure that you're connecting with me so that we can keep the good thing going with the connections that we're making here. I have so many other things that I've got in the pipeline and getting ready to roll out your way that I'm hoping helps to bless, encourage, equip you in amazing ways to do amazing things in your business. And so thank you so much for watching. Take care. God bless.